Imagine the year is 2030. You walk into a supermarket and choose a prime cut of American beefsteak. You lift your phone to pay. Beep. The screen flashes red transaction declined. You check your account. The balance still has thousands of dollars. There is no technical error. The small notification line below is the verdict: you have used up your carbon quota for this month. Please switch to buying chicken breast or tofu. You get angry planning to save that money to buy it next month. But no, you look again at the expiration date of the money in your wallet. This balance will expire in 12 days. Please spend immediately to stimulate the economy. Welcome to the era of programmable money and CBDC, where money is no longer your asset. It is a voucher issued by the government with attached conditions that you have no right to refuse. Today, we will expose the scam of the century named Central Bank Digital Currency. Why is convenience a deadly trap? And how can you avoid becoming a puppet in the hands of those operating this new monetary system? To understand this danger, we must distinguish clearly. The money you are using in your banking app right now is digital money, but it is the debt of a commercial bank to you. You have the right to withdraw it as cash at any time. Cash is anonymous. Cash is freedom. When you hold a $500 bill, no one knows what you spend it on, where, or with whom. But CBDC, or Central Bank Digital Currency, is a completely different monster. It is digital fiat currency issued directly by the central bank. No commercial bank intermediaries. And most importantly, it sits on a ledger that the state controls 100%. Why do they want to eliminate cash? They tell you it is for convenience, for anti-money laundering, for preventing crime. But the truth is, control. Agustín Carstens, General Manager of the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS. The Bank of Central Banks once publicly stated a spine-chilling quote: "With cash, we do not know who is using a $100 bill today or yesterday. But with CBDC, we will have the technology for absolute control over the regulations and the use of that money." Absolute control. Remember this phrase. China has pioneered with the digital yuan, or ECNY. Europe is rushing to test the digital euro. The United States is also moving with FedNow, a stepping stone to CBDC. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is public policy. The scariest concept we need to dissect today is programmability. Traditional money is neutral. It does not care who you are or what you buy. CBDC money is smart. It can contain code that dictates how it is used. And here are 3 real-world scenarios that the financial elite could apply to your wallet. Modern economics is facing its biggest fear: deflation and the liquidity trap. When the economy goes into recession, people tend to hoard cash and not spend. This makes the economy die faster. With paper money, the central bank is helpless. They cannot force you to spend money when you hide it under your mattress. But with CBDC, just one line of code, they can impose an expiration date on your money. For example, the government issues a $1,000 stimulus package. But this money is programmed to automatically vanish, go to zero, if not spent within 30 days. You cannot save. You cannot invest for the future. You become a forced consumption machine. You are forced to run out to the street and buy any junk just so the money does not evaporate. This is the dream of Keynesian economists, but a nightmare for savers. It strips away the store of value function of currency, turning money into a commodity that rots as fast as vegetables. Let's look at the social credit model. CBDC allows the government to micromanage individual behavior. You like to drink alcohol? Your CBDC might be restricted from making payments at bars after 10 p.m. You are obese. Your money will be declined when paying for fast food or sugary sodas. You criticize the government on social media. Your credit score drops and your loan interest rates automatically rise. Or worse, you are banned from buying plane tickets or train tickets. Currency becomes a tool for civic education. Be good and get rewarded. Be bad and get your wallet locked. Your personal autonomy is erased in the name of community benefit or national health. Currently, tax collection is a complex process. With CBDC taxes real time. Every transaction you receive, the government takes a cut immediately. No more room for tax optimization. More terrifying is the ability to confiscate. Remember the trucker protests in Canada in 2022? The government ordered the freezing of bank accounts of protesters without going through the courts. With CBDC, this power is absolute and instant. With just one button pressed, disable, an individual can be wiped out of the economy. You cannot buy food, you cannot pay rent, you cannot buy gas. You become a digital ghost. This is the ultimate censorship tool. No guns needed, just cut off the financial lifeblood. You will ask, if it is so bad, why would people accept it? The answer lies in two words: crisis and convenience. They will not impose CBDC immediately. They will use the stick and carrot tactic. There will be a major financial crisis. Commercial banks collapse. People fear losing their deposits. At that moment, the central bank appears as a savior. Open a CBDC wallet directly with us. Your money is guaranteed 100% by the state. Absolutely safe. And hey, if you open a wallet today, we will give you $500 in stimulus money. The majority of the crowd will nod. They will trade privacy for safety. They will trade freedom for $500 of free money. That is how the cage closes. When cash is completely eliminated due to hygiene reasons or inconvenience, the final exit is sealed. You are completely inside the walled garden of the state. We cannot stop the wheels of history. CBDC will come, that is for sure. But we can prepare a lifeboat. How do you protect your assets and freedom in the era of programmable money? 1. Own physical gold and silver. This is the most classic layer of protection. Gold is the enemy of fiat money. Physical gold needs no electricity, no internet, has no electronic transaction history, and most importantly, it cannot be programmed. A gold coin in your hand is your power. You can exchange it for food and services, regardless of whether the banking system crashes or is locked. Note, it must be physical gold you hold in your hand, not paper gold, ETFs, or gold certificates on a banking app. 2. Bitcoin and self-custody. If gold is a physical bunker, then Bitcoin is a digital bunker. Bitcoin is the antithesis of CBDC. CBDC is centralized, censored, inflationary. Bitcoin is decentralized, uncensorable, fixed supply. But remember, not your keys, not your coins. If you leave Bitcoin on an exchange, the government can order the exchange to freeze your account just like a bank. You must learn how to use a cold wallet. When assets are in a cold wallet and you hold the 12 security keywords, no power on earth can confiscate it without your consent. 3. Build skills and a P2P economy. In the worst-case scenario, when you are cut off from the mainstream system, what will feed you? It is the human network. Build trusted relationships locally. Own practical skills that can be exchanged directly, like repair, medical, farming, teaching. A shadow economy will always exist parallel to the CBDC system. A place where people trade in gold in anonymous privacy coins or barter. Make sure you have a place in that network. 4. Diversify citizenship if possible. If you have the ability, look for a plan B for residence. Not every country will deploy CBDC at the same time and with the same level of severity. Having a second passport or a residence card in a country that respects financial privacy is the ultimate insurance policy. Ladies and gentlemen, currency is not just an economic tool. Currency is the language of freedom. If someone controls how you spend money, they control your life. The era of expiring money is coming closer than you think. It will be wrapped in the sugary coating of high-tech modernization one-touch convenience. But inside that shell is a digital panopticon, where every transaction, every habit, every hobby of yours is tracked, scored, and steered. Resistance does not start with violence. Resistance starts with financial autonomy. Do not let 100% of your assets sit in the traditional banking system. Be your own bank. Privacy is not about having something to hide. Privacy is the right to live as a free human being without being scrutinized by Big Brother. Act today while the emergency exit door is still slightly open. Do not wait until the payment screen displays the words transaction declined to start looking for a way out.